Tonight, the mayor says he's appalled at the actions of a few sidewalk city vendors who continue to defy relocation plans for the Castries Market redevelopment project. Afternoon vendors are crying out to the mayor to stop what they say is senseless persecution. And the opposition calls on the Prime Minister yet again to discipline Guy Joseph. We have the details of these stories and more coming up.
This is the Hot 7 Nightly News with Lovelace and Amy Joseph.
Good night. It is Thursday, the 30th of May 2019. Welcome to the Hot 7 Nightly News. We're on Flow, channel 117, also being simulcast on Kiss FM 105.5 and 105.9, on our website www.caribbeanhottv.com, and on our free mobile app. Just search for Caribbean Hot FM in the App Store. I'm Lovely St. Amy Joseph. Thank you for joining us. Vendors say they will not stop crying out because they believe they are being victimized and persecuted by the mayor and the police unit acting on the directives of the mayor. They say to those who refuse to heed their cries, they will have their day come the next general election when the power will be in their hands. A meeting between afternoon vendors and the CCC on Wednesday failed to bring resolve to the issue of relocation. The afternoon vendors have remained adamant that they will not move from their location in front of the Castries Market. On Wednesday evening, it was mayhem outside the market as the city police were sent in to get the vendors out. Ophelia Small says it's a great injustice to hard-working women.
I just wanted the worldwide and everybody to see what is going on in St. Lucia, right? That is the change they ask for, and that is the change we get. Chingiling in our pocket. Instead of putting chingiling in our pocket, they're taking out chingiling from our pocket. Now that government that there, whether he good, whether he bad, we need him out of there. He has to go out. He has to get out.
Shirley Markey, a vendor from Denry, says while the officials who make such decisions are doing well, she is seeing hell. Small says in all her years as a vendor, it is the first time that she has experienced such treatment, but she says her voice will be loud and clear come election day.
I've been selling by the market since 1984, and we have never had that kind of situation underneath Compton. Never had that kind of situation underneath Kenny and Tony, right? We had people as mayors. We never go through that with none of the other mayors that we have ever have there. That mayor is the only mayor we went through that we're experiencing that with him, right? And that's he will not stay there. He not 2 more years. He out of there.
Another vendor stood on top of her tray in protest.
People come and sell their load and they cannot sell this afternoon. Huh? What is wrong with the mayor? The mayor not telling people nothing. We come there, we cannot sell. Huh? You must sell fruit salad, not bank provision. That's what I'm on the phone. But then people in mass, you have to make preparation for vendors, people outside. That's not looking nice. We're not dogs, we are human beings. We need to make $1 to survive.
Other afternoon vendors have also indicated that they too are awaiting elections to let their ballots do the talking. Meanwhile, the mayor says criticisms of him that have painted the picture of a callous individual are unfounded. He held a press conference on Thursday to explain the entire affair.
Mayor Peterson Francis is refuting claims that there was a lack of consultation on his part with vendors who ply their trade along the sidewalk outside the Castries Market.
These were the first set of people that was consulted. I don't know what they mean about when they say they were not consulted. If you are not consulted, how come you were one of the first set of people that your name are written on checks? We have the checks there. They were the first set of people. The checks are still there at the arcade. But they never wanted to live where they are.
In a press release dated Thursday, May 30th, from the mayor's office, the mayor states the vendors have rejected the support and insist on vending along pedestrian sidewalks with improper storage, portable water, and other amenities important for the sale and handling of food items.
One of the things we have in St. Lucia, if you have to do 10 things, you have to get 10 people to do the 10 things. When you have 2 people who do the 10 things, so then you have to cater for the 8, what they will do. We have done everything humanly possible to bring everybody together to go to the new location. If they have a problem down there, if there's something affecting them, we'll understand that. Okay? We'll understand that. We are looking, right? And as I said, if the people had just cooperated, we went to them first, and I said, look, we went to them, we spoke to them, they gave them the name, they gave us the ID number, and checks have been waiting there for them for a week. Checks have been there waiting for them.
Raising an additional argument, the vendors say they are being targeted and attacked, referencing other vendors selling along sidewalks with no pressure from the CCC. The mayor says this is not so.
We are concentrating. We never had an issue before. And they never, how all of a sudden, these people did not suddenly, as that is taking place, set up shop there. These people has been there. We are looking, and as I said, the way certain things have been doing, Jeremy Street is a no parking zone. It's a no parking street. Now, you see what in St. Lucia, that's how it is. So if you come, and as far as I'm concerned, are affected, I'm looking for everybody now. You could be in Marshall now. I want to bring it in because I don't want you to sell, because I can't sell. We have not banned anybody from vending. All what we say for this, we have a temporary relocation that everybody go there. We have not banned anybody. Incidentally, they are, as I said, the first set that have the money, the $500 is there waiting for them. But we have not banned anybody.
Francis has encouraged the defiant vendors to rise to the occasion and welcome the change, looking to improve their business and standard of living. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Solange Alfred.
Now, one vendor is questioning whether the mayor is a man of his word. She has been in her location for over 15 years and says she was asked to remove her tray and relocate without any prior warning. The snack vendor, situated opposite the Castries market, was at a loss for words as to the move on the mayor's part.
She asked the mayor if she can sell things like sweets. He said yes. She opened the tray this morning, sweet juice came. He said how she cannot sell there. And he go into a conference. When he come back, he'll fix her up or whatever. Then these two city police came. They say she cannot sell there. Then they bring the vendor. They say how they go in with her thing. She says she go into the mayor and they tell her how he not there and he's whatever. I don't know.
And on a point of clarification, that was the daughter of the vendor. And she says in order for her mother to remain at the location, City Police made a specific request as to the types of goods she could sell.
Ground provisions and fruits.
But not the snacks.
No snacks.
The daughter says her mother would typically sell Welch fruit snacks, marshmallows and chips. Leader of the opposition, Philip J. Pierre, is sending a warning to the masses, saying that the Castries Market redevelopment project is just a pre-election show. He says the feelings of the people will speak volumes on election day. Rochelle Gonzalez reports.
Opposition leader Philip J. Pierre has lamented the growing tensions between the Castries City Council and produce vendors of the Castries Market, saying the decisions made on the matter were rushed and riddled with problems. Pierre said the development of the Castries Market has been a talking point for many years. However, it is one which required careful planning and execution. He said the decisions made to remove vendors to proceed with redevelopment plans was not executed properly as there were ulterior motives at play. The decisions, he said, led to high tensions and unrest, like the events which unfolded on Wednesday evening when vendors and members of the public took protest action which stopped just short of a riot.
But what's happening there is a rush. What's happening there is to do something, to put up a building so you can open it and cut the ribbon before elections and do it by direct award.
Pierre went on to say that a Labour Party administration would never make such haphazard decisions.
A Labour Party would have asked for concepts as to how to redevelop the market. put it in the public domain as our artists, as our architects, as our people, to give us concepts on how you could develop the market. Secondly, a Labour Party would tender for the construction of the market based on the concepts that have been approved. And thirdly, a Labour Party would not just take the vendors and move them somewhere else without discussing with them in a more concrete and thorough manner what is the future and what is their stake in the new market. And fourthly, a Labour Party would understand the tourism potential of old buildings and use the space in a way that would benefit both the vendors, locals and visitors.
The opposition leader said at this stage they are ready for an early election and would welcome the notion. He said the party is not the only group looking forward to it.
The people of St. Lucia will welcome the elections because they just can't wait to exhale. In spite of the vindictiveness that's happening, the people are quiet and they're just waiting to exhale. All over the country, we were in Soufrière on Tuesday. You should have sentiments of the people. We were in Choiseul, the sentiments of the people. We were in Ciceron, the sentiments. The people of St. Lucia are just waiting. So there's an uneasy calm in the country. The vendors that were chased, they're just waiting. And I tell them, be patient. There is one day of reckoning for all politicians where everybody is the same. And I know something about that. I've won it 5 times.
The St. Lucia Labour Party is due to hold a public meeting on the 5th of June to reflect over the past 3 years under the United Workers' Party administration. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I'm Rochelle Gonzalez.
Members of the public are weighing in on the developments with the afternoon market vendors who have refused to relocate. A scene of chaos played out on Wednesday evening with trays on the ground and vendors crying out in anger and anguish. The mayor says the matter is a misunderstanding and that there is a lot of blame being placed on him, and not rightly so. So here's what you have to say about the affair.
I'm privy with some of the stories, such as saying that the time cut, because it may be marrying each other, but probably they look at it as because they front row and because they back door type of, they might be getting the much better sales. But there's something they could actually put together, because we all are human beings, we are solutions, we have to thrive and survive it. Okay? There's no enemies there. The fact is that they just need to get together and make sure they have a tete-a-tete, so a good worker, so that it could be settled. But the mayor may be being catch up in that situation. It's because it's not between the mayor, it's the vendors. As he said, if you listen to him, you hear him saying that the vendors said that they're not making any monies. The people, right, like for instance, the commuters or the bus drivers or the people that stop in right here on Jeremy Street to get their stuff right away, they doesn't want to go at the back. But one thing we must understand, the mayor is just trying to get things right. But at the end of the day, the vendors have no difficulties of selling their produce. What really happened is they're trying to set up a venue for them, those at the back. But at the end of the day, probably those at the front, they might look at them as probably they sided or they put them on the side. No. What I want to happen, or what I want them to look into, is come together as the mayor try to bring them together and speak with them. Is from 4 o'clock they settle in. Okay, that's about almost sunset. The other side is already leaving. You understand? But as they're saying that we all have to survive, I mean, government cannot provide jobs for every one of us. You understand? So as vendors, you understand? That's their daily bread, and we all have a way of making progress in life.
C'est bon, moi, il pas bon.
Qui ça va pour manger ça?
Mais il y a dans bonne direction. C'est comment moi, so moi have next.
What I'm saying about the 4 o'clock vendors, you understand? Well, everybody have to survive, everybody have to live. So in my opinion, Peterson Francis is supposed to put the 4 o'clock vendors somewhere to eat the bread, because they have bills to pay just like the other vendors, you know. Because when them vendors come down everywhere block, Peterson must look for a place to put the vendors, you know. So I see it. Well, I don't know, because if they're in the back, it's somewhere there, you have to put them, and they have to cooperate with that. The way I seen it, because since the new market will be coming up, you know, and you know it will be better for St. Lucia and for St. Lucia, you know. Better hygiene, because the food will be on the ground again. You understand? And things going to be neat. You won't get all them rubbish, them rat and them cockroach, them centipede, no more again. So his idea good, but he have to give the afternoon vendors a place to vend their goods from 4 to 9 or from 4 to 10. He have to do that, because the people want to eat their bread too.
What I heard, the mayor had that problem with the afternoon vendors. Those afternoon vendors, they're not full-time vendors. If they come in the afternoon, that's when the city already shut down. If you look at it, the city shutting down. I don't see they have to make them go anywhere, because if you send them at a new place at 4, 5 o'clock, who going at the back there? It doesn't make sense. The city, the traffic is up already, everything is up, everywhere closed down already. So you should just leave them alone, because it's afternoon, after hours they work in. And it's better for the people that work in, that knock off at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, for them to get a little something. I don't see nothing wrong with that. To me, you should leave them alone, leave them, because it's afternoon shift they work in, not morning shift, afternoon shift. So I don't see no problem with that. They can stay there. That's when the city is not congested anymore. So it's all right with me. I don't see nothing wrong with that.
Those were your views. You're watching the Hot 7 Nightly News. Still to come, Wasco beefs up security following illegal dumping of oil at its Boseju treatment plant. The opposition admonishes the island's Prime Minister for not taking hold of the reins and disciplining Guy Joseph. And more than 50 people from the community of Dennery will benefit from a sandal streaming project. Those stories and more when we return.